All right, let's dive into a topic that is, for real, a total game changer for your financial health, but it's one we barely talk about: the art of spending. And look, we're not talking about just pinching pennies or making some boring budget you're going to hate. This is about a whole mindset shift, a new way of thinking that can completely transform your relationship with money for the better. Okay, let's get into it. You ever have that feeling? You peek at your bank account, it's getting close to the end of the month, you know you got paid, you know you put in the hours, and you're just left wondering, where did it all go? It feels like it just evaporated, right? Vanished into thin air. If that sounds even a little bit familiar, then you are in exactly the right place. This explainer is all about solving that exact mystery. You know, it's funny. Society tells us to focus all our energy in one place. The common advice is always earn more money. Get that promotion, start a side hustle, just get that income up. And hey, earning more is great. Nobody's arguing with that. But it's only half the story. It's kind of like putting a bigger engine in a car that has a leaky gas tank. The real key, the thing that all financial security is built on, is mastering how you spend the money you already have. You can earn a ton of money and still be totally broke if you don't get this part right. And this right here is the most important thing to get. Spending is a skill. It's not some fixed personality trait. You're not just bad with money. That's like saying someone who's never touched a guitar is bad at music. It makes no sense. Spending is a deliberate, learnable art. Too often, we just let it be an emotional reaction, right? We shop when we're down, we splurge when we're celebrating, but the moment you start treating it like a skill you want to get good at, everything else, like saving money, investing for your future, it all becomes so much easier. So how do we start learning this new skill? Well, it all kicks off with a major shift in your mindset. We've got to move from just being a passenger along for the ride to actually getting in the driver's seat of our financial lives. It's all about intentional, value-based spending, where you're the one in control. Let's start with maybe the most powerful tool you can have, and you can start using it today. Before you buy anything that isn't an absolute necessity, just pause. Take a second and ask yourself this one simple question. Does this improve my life in a meaningful way? Seriously, this question is like a perfect filter. It cuts through all the marketing hype, the peer pressure, the impulse to just buy something, and it forces you to connect your spending to your actual happiness. And that question leads us right into this next crucial idea: understanding the huge difference between price and value. They are not the same thing, not even close. Price, that's just the number on the tag. It's what you pay. But value is what you get. It's the joy, the use you get out of it, the time it saves you. And here's the honest truth. Buying a cheap thing that gives you zero value is one of the most expensive mistakes you can make. And check this out. This makes it super clear. Think about a $200 pair of really good shoes that you end up wearing for the next 5 years. Yeah, the price seems high, but the value is massive. Now compare that to a trendy $30 kitchen gadget you bought on a whim and used maybe once. That's super low value. But the worst offender? That $15 a month subscription you totally forgot you were even paying for. That's not low value, that's literally zero value. It's just a silent drain on your bank account month after month. Okay, let's shift gears because this all builds on itself. Now we have to talk about the silent killer of pretty much any financial plan: our small daily habits. This is where we solve the mystery of the disappearing money. It's all in those tiny little transactions that we barely even notice. This quote right here just hits the nail on the head. We spend so much time stressing out about the big one-time purchases, a new phone, a vacation. But for most of us, the real damage isn't some giant tidal wave. It's a slow, steady leak. It's all the everyday spending that we just brush off as no big deal that ends up sinking the ship. So let's just walk through a totally typical day and see how this leak happens. It starts small. You're running late, you need a pick-me-up, so you grab that $7 coffee. In the moment, it feels like nothing, right? It's just a coffee. Then, a little later, it starts to rain and you don't feel like taking the bus, so you hop in a rideshare. Boom, another $15 gone. Again, it solves a problem right then and there. It feels like a convenience, not a major financial decision. And of course, you were in a rush, so you didn't pack a lunch. You grab a salad near the office for $12, just one meal. Now, any of these by themselves seems totally fine. But the thing is, they don't happen by themselves. And here it is, the punchline. When you add up those small, insignificant daily choices, they can easily top $880 a month. That is over $10,000 a year. Let that sink in for a second. $10,000. That's an amazing trip, a huge piece of a down payment, a massive boost to your retirement. Just gone. And this isn't about feeling guilty about coffee. It's about showing you the hidden power of your daily choices. Now, after seeing a number like that, you might be thinking, this is all about restriction and misery. But it's not at all. In fact, the true art of spending is the exact opposite. It's about budgeting for your joy and giving yourself permission to spend big on the things that actually matter to you. So we have to completely redefine what the word budget even means. Forget this idea of a budget being a financial prison designed to make you sad. A good budget is a tool for empowerment. It's a plan where you give every single dollar a job, making sure your money is actively building the life you want. It's you telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. And here's a super simple way to build one. Step 1. Figure out like 2 or 3 things you genuinely love spending money on. Maybe it's travel or books or going out to nice dinners. Step 2. Be absolutely ruthless, cutting back on everything else, all the stuff you buy out of habit or convenience that you don't really care about. And finally, step 3, this is the secret weapon. Automate the good stuff. Set up automatic transfers to your savings account right on payday. You pay your future self first, and it takes willpower completely out of the equation. Okay, we've covered the mindset, the strategy, but knowing all this is only half the battle, right? Now it's time to turn all this theory into actual action. This is where the real change begins, and it starts with one small step you can take literally today. So, I want to leave you with a simple 3-step challenge. First, just track your spending for 1 week. Don't change anything, and definitely no judging yourself. The goal is just awareness. Second, go find and cancel one subscription you're not really using. That's a quick win that pays you back every month. And third, try the 24-hour rule. For any non-essential purchase, just force yourself to wait 1 day before you buy it. You will be shocked how often you just forget about it. So as we wrap this up, I want you to really think about this for yourself. After everything we just talked about, what is one, just one, spending habit that you will commit to changing starting right now? Deciding on that one specific thing is the most powerful move you can make. Mastering the art of spending really is the foundation of financial freedom. If you found this explainer helpful, do me a favor and hit that like button, subscribe for more explainers just like this, and maybe share it with someone you know who's trying to get a better handle on their financial life. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.